jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports.
You know, one-on-one, just say to him, ask him, do you buy the pay-per-view, or are you illegally getting it? You know, are you stealing it? Oh man, motherfucker, I steal it. I said, well, there you go. But you're supporting your fighter?
Once again, you're tuned in to WCS. What's good, everyone? Back in the building. Shout out to everyone on this Thursday evening. You already know. Big salute. Big shout out to the WCS supporters, man, the real ones of the game. Shout out to the ones that's on deck in the chat who support the channel, man. Salute to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the ones that attend the No Fake News battlegrounds. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Big Blunts and Boxing on deck once again. Be sure to check him out. You know what I'm saying? Got some fire content over there. Check out the vids. Brother's talented. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They want to look at numbers, but he got some talented people out here. They haven't been on YouTube like that. You feel me? So we got some big topics, of course. You see the thumbnail, people. You see the thumbnail. Okay, we're going to talk about Jared Anderson. I'm going to start off with Jared Anderson. You know what I'm saying? We got Gilberto Ramirez, a.k.a. Zurdo. You know what I'm saying? Formerly WBO super middleweight champion, man. Undefeated. Moved up to 175. Finally getting his shot at the championship with Dimitri Bivol. You know what I'm saying? And also, we're going to talk about Canelo, man. We're going to talk about how everything, you know, how you put it, the transaction that didn't go through for Canelo Bivol. You know what I'm saying? We're going to touch on that. And then, of course, I just want to discuss some things about Rolly Romero, who may be his next opponent. You know, where he at in boxing, why is he getting so much shine from coming off a knockout with Gervonta Davis? You know, why he's not receiving a surplus of criticism for talking all that shit and being put to sleep in the six. You know what I'm saying? So let's get down to Jared Anderson, man. Shout out to the real big baby. I have to commend him. When he first started off, he was a little shaky with his weight. You feel me? Shout out to Mr. Gumbo on deck. What's good with it? Salute, y'all. Hit the like button on the way in here. Shout out WCS. Shout out to the brothers on deck already. You know what I'm saying? Big salute to y'all. Big salute to Mr. Gumbo, man. Salute that WCS. Salute to you, brother. So, the real big baby, right? Pretty much titled his alias of Jared Big Baby Miller. Now, I've been waiting for those two to kind of lock horns, but we don't know if they're ever going to lock horns because Jarrell Big Baby Miller just came back on the scene and he's trying to work himself down. He was way up in the 300s, y'all. So he's trying to work his way back down to a decent competing weight. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes down to Jared Anderson rising as a heavyweight, he still has a long ways to go. All right. If you look at Jared Anderson, right now when it comes to his box rec, he doesn't have that many fights. Real talk. Jared's sitting at only 11 victories, 11 knockouts. It looks good, but he still haven't fought anybody. He's 6'4", 78 and a half inches, y'all. You read it right. As a heavyweight, 78 and a half inches, 6'4". You know what I'm saying? He's only fought 24 rounds, 11 bouts. He's ranked 14th in the U.S. and overall globally 53. He has a long ways to go, man. It's not too many fights that can say, it's too many boxers out there that can say that their wins equal their knockouts. I think you have Artur Beterbiev out there. He's like 18-0, 18 knockouts. And I think you have Virgil Ortiz. He just etched his boxing ledger up another win. So he's sitting at 19-0, 19 knockouts. It looks good for the record. I mean, Virgil Ortiz and Beterbiev look a lot better, but Jared Anderson looks good, you know, for the 11-0, 11 knockouts. But when you look at his resume, he last fought in December, and he stopped Alexander Telenko in round number 2 via TKO, MSG, Madison Square Garden. I was at that fight. You know, and you know, before that, he fought September. You know what I'm saying? He fought a total of 4 times in 2021, which is outstanding. His fight before that was Vladimir Tereshkin. Stopped him in the 2nd round. Then he fought Jeremiah Karpinski. 2nd round stoppage. Kingsley Eby. 6th round. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have any notable names. So the good part about it is he's about to step back in there for another fight. He's going in there against Milan Ravikkanen, and no one really knows this guy. He's 24-2. You know what I'm saying? And he's from Serbia. 26 fights. A lot more rounds than Jared Anderson in 97. He has a 61.54% knockout ratio. He's sitting at 16 knockouts to his ledger, and he's been stopped only once. Last time he's been stopped, he was in there against Ajit Kabayel, 2018. In April 2018 is a TKO stoppage in round 3. So no one's really looking for his next opponent. But the good thing is what Jared Anderson said. You know what I'm saying? This is what his projection is. This is what his fight compass he's trying to do. Jared Big Baby Anderson said he would like to fight the Andy Ruiz Jr. versus Luis Ortiz winner after his next fight. Okay. He also put it out there he wouldn't mind fighting Carlos Takam. You know what I'm saying? That'd be a good fight. Carlos been in there with the best. You know what I'm saying? Or Philippe Herkovic. Either 4 of those fighters would be good. I wouldn't want to see him fight Luis Ortiz because people believe every time Luis stepped through the ropes, man, he aged 10 years. And you got cats out here saying he's freaking 78 years old or something like that. I wouldn't want to see him fight King Kong because I seriously think he'll stop him. Really. I seriously think he'll stop him. And we don't know what's going to happen between Andy Ruiz and Luis Ortiz, but I'm thinking a young gun like Jared Anderson, his entire mindset is to go in there and have the best performance of his life if he was to face Luis Ortiz. Now, Andy Ruiz, I feel that'd be a bit more difficult for Jared Anderson. The reason I say that is because Andy Ruiz, of course, his level of opposition, right? I'm not talking about Chris Arreola, but you can include him. But he was the one to hand Anthony Joshua his first loss. And also, many of us, to include myself, felt that he beat Joseph Parker. You know what I'm saying? Andy Ruiz can box, man. And the dark side of boxing is sometimes when a fighter get as much money as Andy did, they step off course a little bit. They go take care of the family. They celebrate, and they go places that they've never been in life. And not only did Andy Ruiz be able to accomplish that, but it kind of threw him off track with boxing in general. So when he returned back to the ring with Anthony Joshua, he was overweight, deconditioned, and it was an easy fight for Anthony Joshua to get his titles back. But I think if Jared Anderson fight Andy Ruiz, who seems to be extremely focused now, he done lost that stomach. He's looking real dialed in right now, bro. That would be a tough fight for Jared Anderson. Real talk. I'm not saying he can't get past him. I'm saying it'll be a real tough fight. Now, when you go to Philippe Herkovic and Carlos Takam, those will be tough fights. Carlos Takam's been in there with some of the best, man. Real talk. You know, the common opponents, Andy Ruiz, Carlos Takam is who? Anthony Joshua. They both been in there with Anthony Joshua, bro. So, being that Carlos Takam has a plethora of names on his resume, top tier fighters, he's durable. Can he get outboxed? Yes. But he's tough. Can he get outboxed? Yes. What about Philippe Herkovic? Philippe Herkovic is somewhat in the same position as Jared Anderson. If you look at it, he's trying to climb his way up the heavyweight ladder. And, at least when you look at the rankings, Philippe Herkovic in the WBC, he's in the top 15. You know what I'm saying? He's not ranked in the WBA. He's number 3 in the IBF. And he's in the back end, just outside the back door of the top 10 in the WBO at number 12. But for Jared Anderson now, it's a whole different story. It's an entire different story. Because Jared Anderson, the reason why he's calling out these names, he wants to get himself into the top 15. He wants to get himself in the top 15. And as you look at the WBC rankings, he's not there yet. He's going to have to face somebody like a Philippe Herkovic. You know what I'm saying? He's going to have to face somebody like an Andy Ruiz who's ranked. You know what I'm saying? Andy Ruiz has been there, done that. So Andy Ruiz is ranked. He's still ranked. And I think Philippe Herkovic is ranked high enough for and a tough enough opponent to put Jared Anderson just where he wants, if he's indeed able to defeat this next opponent, which I think he is. And for him to put himself in the top 15, fighting somebody like Herkovic that can put him up there, or Andy Ruiz. You feel me? I don't see him fighting Carlos Takam is going to put him in the top 15. Seriously. I don't see that happening. And we already know, like I said before, I don't want to see him fight Luis Ortiz if Luis Ortiz look bad against Andy Ruiz. I don't want to see him step in there and fight Luis Ortiz coming off a loss to Andy Ruiz Jr. It makes no sense. Even though it will put him in the rankings, it just makes no sense for the age of Luis Ortiz, the way he looked against Charles Martin. We don't want to put him in that category. Like, we need to keep Jared Anderson clean, with his advancements. And right now, there's a lot of people behind Philippe Herkovic. If he dispersed Philippe Herkovic, then he's shining. If he dispersed Andy Ruiz, he's shining. He's shining right now. That's only if Andy Ruiz coming here and looks good against Luis Ortiz. Now, for Carlos Takam and Luis Ortiz, you have a veteran. I don't want to call Carlos Takam a journeyman. You have a veteran on your resume, but it's definitely not going to do anything for you when it comes to the ranking system. And that's pretty much what Jared Anderson's trying to go, y'all. He's trying to get his ass up into the rankings so he can really start getting them big dollars, because Jared Anderson said he don't plan on standing around lacing up gloves for a long time. He's looking forward to making the most money outside of boxing rather than inside boxing as a competitor. So he already has his shit together. Jared Anderson goes on to say, if I'm realistic, I'll say 3 times. That 3 times mean I told you he fought 4 times in 2021, and he's looking to fight 3 times this year in 2022. He goes on to say, but I only think I'm getting twice, said Jared Anderson to the Zone Boxing. You know what I'm saying? He said, I'm trying to fight as many people as I can and bigger names, said Anderson. I don't plan on doing this for long. I plan on making more money outside of boxing than I ever did. Right now, Carlos Takam, Felipe Herkovic, said Jared, about who he'd like to fight. I got to talk to my coach. We be politicking. I pay attention to who's in front of me, and they hate that about me. A lot of people hate that about me. I'll take it day by day, round by round. 100%, said Anderson, when asked if he'd like to fight the winner of the September 4th fight between Andy Ruiz Jr. and Luis Ortiz. That would get me in the rankings and get my name out there and give me a bigger fan base. I would jump on it immediately. I've seen too much on him, said Jared about his next opponent, Milan. He's got a weird European style. He's open for a lot of shots, and he's not that good of a fighter. I know he's not top 10 fighter. He's not elite. So with that said, it pretty much caveats to what I was talking about with Jared Anderson and his competition and his resume. He's looking to step up. You know what I'm saying? He's looking to step up. And just think about this. Jared Anderson is already talking about his future and making money outside of boxing. And this man is only 22 years old. 22 years old, bro. So he has a long look. He has a long, I mean, I'm talking about a long optic in boxing if he chose to stay in to his 30s, his late 30s. He has a long tenure. His optics are, long range, right? But it's smart of him to already place goals for himself to only fight a certain amount of fights and then get out the sport. So therefore, he want to get the big fights and then potentially open up some businesses and so forth. So best wishes to Jared Anderson out there on the grind, man. You know what I'm saying? And good luck out there. Best wishes in your next fight. Getting your 12th victory and potentially your 12th knockout. Let me get back to this chat. Let's see. Trap Media on deck. What's good? Big Baby's working hard. Andrew Charles, what's good? Salute to you. Yeah, Big Baby, I like it, man. Dude for a heavyweight, man, was showing a 6-pack, which that's quite different, like I said, from when he initially started. He was fluctuating weight. I say, damn, man, I hope this guy just don't come in the heavyweight division and he have a problem with his, discipline when it comes to the fork. The fork and spoon can do wonders on a physique. And also, the heavier you are, even in heavyweight division, it can debilitate you in a way, especially if your cardio is not up to par. So, man, being he came in there with a 6-pack and he was looking in shape, I mean, he has a bright future out there, bro. Real bright future. Andrew Charles says, WCF salute to you. Jared Anderson has much more aggressive style than the other young heavies. Yes, he can actually box combinations. Like I said, it's other boxers out there that can box combinations, right? But he kind of moves like a lighter weight. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say cruiserweight because a lot of people don't even watch cruiserweight. But he pretty much, his mobility allows him, that fluidity to move around and put his punch combinations together as a heavyweight. And he's trying to establish himself as a legitimate heavyweight that can get the stoppage. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have that one hitter quitter knockout power, but he's showing that he can work himself up to that if he's in shape. He can break his opponent down and get the stoppage. He's proven he can do that. Shout out to Captain Chaos on deck with it. Salute. Real boxing talk over here. No begging, no scheming, 100% genuine. No doubt, Captain Chaos. Salute to you, my brother. Appreciate you pulling up once again. So next on the topic is, I like this. I interviewed him twice. Gilberto Ramirez, a.k.a. Zurdo. You know, I interviewed the guy when he was a super middleweight champion, man. You know, I like Zurdo, man. Down to earth. Don't get enough respect. Because why? Just like Jared Anderson, even though he's a light heavyweight now, people still waiting on him to fight somebody. And guess what? The WBA has ordered that Dimitri Bivol face Zurdo Ramirez next. You know how they was trying to bypass this? And hopefully after Canelo goes in here and freaking put Gennady Golovkin in the AARP platinum membership, they was gonna automatically try to move in and fight Dimitri Bivol in a rematch. That's what I was hearing allegedly, right? But WBA is trying to clean up some shit now that the Michael Fox situation is being, somewhat brought up in the investigation of that sanctioning body. They're trying to clean it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So my boy Zurdo gets the shot at Dimitri Bivol. We're talking about a guy who's a WBO champion at super middleweight. You know what I'm saying? And look, do y'all know his record? The dude is sitting at 44-0, 30 knockouts, dog. 44-0, 30 knockouts. That's what my boy Zurdo is sitting at right now, man. He don't get enough respect for his boxing. Real talk. But now the WBA has ordered this, and the official ruling was handed down August 9th. Now he's in a fight which has really good momentum for Zurdo. The reason being is Dimitri Bivol is coming off a spectacular win over Canelo Alvarez, the current reigning defending super middleweight undisputed champion. So with him going in there to fight at his weight class, he is campaigning at 175. It brings a lot more attention to the fight in general, based off Dimitri Bivol's last victory. Also allows Zurdo to go in there and perform. You got to go in there and beat this guy. This is your grand opportunity right here. This is your grand opportunity, bro. 44-0, 30 knockouts, man. You have much more experience. You have double the experience of Dimitri Bivol, who sits at 20 victories, 0 defeats, and 11 knockouts. You have double. I'm looking forward to this fight. I really want to see it because it has a lot attached to it, especially for Bivol. Bivol, if he beats Gilberto Ramirez, then it's even more attention that's gonna allow the boxing fans to gravitate to him, because now he defeated Canelo Alvarez, who only lost prior to that was Floyd Mayweather, and then he turned around and hands Gilberto Ramirez his first loss out of 44 victories. But one thing people don't know, Gilberto saying that he's going to avenge the Mexican fighters. He's going to go in there and revenge what happened to Canelo Alvarez. He's going to fight for the Mexican honor. That's what Gilberto Ramirez is telling y'all. I am going in there to avenge the Mexican honor for what he did to my fellow countryman Canelo Alvarez. And for those of you understand Saul Canelo Alvarez. So what do y'all think? So let's go into a boxing scene article. You know what I'm saying? They say Bivol's feat came 1 week prior to Ramirez. Oh, hold up for a second. Hold up. That's not the paragraph I wanted. It says a shot at the WBA light heavyweight title remains in play for Mexican southpaw who awaits the next steps for his mandatory shot at reigning champ Dimitri Bivol. The fight status was on hold as the WBA reviewed a request by Matchroom, seeking permission for Bivol to instead face Joshua Buatsi. We all know Buatsi wouldn't have been an exciting fight than Gilberto Ramirez, point blank, period. So, like I said before, the WBA is attempting to clean up their shit. When Zurdo first came, this is on Quote the Boxing Scene. When Zurdo first came to Golden Boy Promotions, we sat down with him to discuss his future. Robert Diaz, vice president and executive matchmaker for Golden Boy, told Boxing Scene, from the moment we first started working with him, he sat down and said, I want Bivol. I want Bivol. I tried to tell him, we don't have to do that. We can go other routes. Zurdo told me, Roberto, trust me, I can beat him. Damn. Come on, man. This is the inside. This is the inside scoop we're not privy to, man. When it comes out and you get to hear a fighter tell them that is my declaration, man. I'm here. I want to fight the best. I know I haven't been here long, but this is what I want. They was trying to tell him, and people don't think this shit happened. Look what he said. People don't think this shit go on in boxing. They said, we don't have to do that. We can go other routes. Sound familiar? People taking easy routes, people taking different routes. But guess what? Zurdo told them, no, Roberto, trust me, I can beat him. It goes on to say this was obviously a way before Bivol's victory over Canelo. After Zurdo said, now I want Bivol even more, he has a whole country behind him. All the fans in Mexico are calling for Zurdo to fight Bivol. This is an opportunity to bring back that title, that win, not just for Zurdo, but for all of Mexico. Damn. I wish we had it like that over in the U.S. I want to do this, except the Olympics, where people fight for their colors, but I wish we had that over here, for real. It goes on to say, in closing, people want to see the fight because he beat one of the best Mexicans, noted Ramirez. Everyone wants to see the fight. I do too, man. I do too. Real talk. I want to see that fight. And shout out to the man himself, Zurdo, man. Let me get back to the live chat right quick. See if anybody out there. Okay, cool. Let me get back to what I was doing. So let me find this other article on Gilberto. I want to give you a different look as far as what the writer was saying about Gilberto Ramirez stepping in there with Dimitri Bivol as it's mandatory. If y'all in the building, hit the like button. Do me that favor. I don't need any super chats. This is a no super chat battleground. De La Hoya reacts to no. Don't want to hear what De La Hoya got to say. Here we go right here. This is a note that wasn't in the last article. It says the World Boxing Association, the WBA, further stated that the negotiations for the Bivol versus Ramirez fight must be wrapped up by August 10th, which was yesterday, to avoid a purse bid. Given that today is the 10th, it will appear the contest will go to a purse bid. See how it has different content in it? You know what I'm saying? And keep that purse bid on your mind, because I'm gonna tell you something else about another purse bid that may happen. The WBA Championship Committee ratified the mandatory fight between light heavyweight champion Dimitri Bivol and his mandatory challenger Gilberto Ramirez, said the WBO, after receiving a request. You know what I'm saying? About that Joshua Buatsi champion from the champion. And after an extensive study of the same, the WBA denied such permission. So Bivol Ramirez will have until August 10th, like I said, to reach an agreement. What is the paragraph I was looking for? It says Oscar De La Hoya of Golden Boy said Ramirez will get revenge on Canelo Alvarez's behalf against Bivol. Canelo was soundly beaten last May by Bivol in Las Vegas. Unfortunately, Ramirez is the wrong man for the job of beating Bivol. Damn. So whoever's writing this article at Boxing News 24 believes that Zurdo is the wrong guy for the job to defeat Bivol. And after the way Bivol looked against Canelo Alvarez, he's gonna be tough, man. They match up well. I mean, you know, Zurdo is a southpaw, undefeated, much more experienced, former champion. You never know, man. Hey, Zurdo might have the best fight of his freaking life. Real talk. He might have the best fight of his life, man, when it comes down to it. Let's talk about Canelo Alvarez and his situation. Y'all already know what's going on with that. The Canelo Alvarez situation, we're not as on deck like we would if he was facing Dimitri Bivol in a rematch. You know what I'm saying? Like when you look at Canelo Alvarez, he's a cash cow right now. He's making millions on top of millions, bro. 57 victories, 2 defeats. Those 2 defeats coming from the Hall of Famer Floyd Money Mayweather, and most recently, Dimitri Bivol. And he has 2 draws. Canelo Alvarez has 2 draws. And we know the infamous draw, Gennady Golovkin, which happened in his first match. You know what I'm saying? With Gennady, with Triple G or whatever. And then, you know, the other draw extends quite far back to like 2006 when he fought Jorge Juarez in a 4-rounder. So it's been quite a time, since Canelo has had a draw since Gennady Golovkin first half of their rivalry, so to speak. It's good to see them, I guess, going into a trilogy, but it's not like the trilogy that we was about to see with Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. It's not. But he's 57 victories in, 2 defeats. You know what I'm saying? And Canelo Alvarez has 39 knockouts. He's set to go in there against Gennady September 2022, next month. And this is at the super middleweight division. Now, Gennady Golovkin moving up from 60, being that he was standing there to become the best middleweight ever and all that other shit. Now he's finally taken a leap of faith. I can't knock him like I did. You know, I processed this a little bit more. And I said, what better time to do it? Because he's coming to his senses now. He said, let's be honest, I'm 40 years old and I'm on my way out in retirement. So what better way for Canelo Alvarez to bring Triple G back on deck for a nice plush paycheck? Because I don't think too many people are giving Triple G the win coming in there against Canelo Alvarez, who's been contending at 168 and 175. I don't see it. And then there's some people believing that Canelo Alvarez may indeed stop Triple G. It's people out there believing it. Now, what do we want to see different? You know what I'm saying? What do we want to see different with Canelo Alvarez with this Triple G fight to set him up for Dimitri Bivol? I would want to see him different, you know, have a bit more, because he has a different style opponent. I would want to see him put his combinations together a bit more instead of just going to the body, you know, like that, and punching the damn shoulder. Put your combinations together, like a you know, like we know you can. Put your combinations together. You know, give us like a 4-punch combination. You know what I'm saying? Give us a little bit more activity rather than sticking to the body. Even though the shit's been working for Canelo, I'm just saying, like, if you say you changed up your style, then go in here for Gennady Golovkin, show it to us so we can be a bit more hyped up for you to go over there and face Dimitri Bivol if indeed he gets past Gilberto Ramirez. It's really important on how he looks. And I don't want to throw the wrench, go in the shed and grab the wrench and throw it in the game, but what if Gilberto Ramirez defeat Dimitri Bivol? That shakes up everything. Ramirez is a long, lanky fighter. But once again, we have to assess his performance in here because we already seen Canelo in there with a tall, lanky statue. And all he did was the mannequin challenge. So we have to see how they both look in this fight. We have to see how Canelo look against Gennady, being that Gennady is an older, more fragile fighter. And he does have tread on the tires. So we have to see how Canelo look in there against him. Is he able to get the stoppage? If he gets the stoppage, it definitely will look better for him going into the rematch against the winner of Bivol Ramirez. And I'm curious to know if he would even change it up if Ramirez won. You know what I'm saying? I think with Canelo, he really want to run it back with Bivol, not Ramirez. Real talk. Because at this stage in the game, Bivol has a bigger name than Gilberto Ramirez. He absolutely does because he beat Canelo. His name is bigger. Ramirez isn't. It doesn't matter if the man beat the man. It doesn't. In this case, I don't think it matters, bro. Because a lot of people don't know freaking Ramirez. And the only people who really know Bivol is off the strength of him defeating Canelo, bro. So we need to see how this is going to play out, man. We need to see how this is going to play out, real talk. I really want to see Zurdo go in there and get it in. I'm looking for a damn good performance, man. I can't wait to see this fight because it's they want to look at the results. They want to look at the results, and I know for Zurdo and Bivol, if they know that Canelo Alvarez is going to move back up from super middleweight to light heavyweight, and this is more money coming with that, that's even a larger incentive for them to go in there and perform great. I'm telling you, man, this is going to be a good fight. I think it's going to be a really good fight, man. Like, I truly believe it's going to be a really good fight. With all that experience that Zurdo has, he has double the professional experience, man, than Bivol. I like it, man. We'll just wait and see how that plays out. Seriously, we just wait. He look, for somebody to sit down and say, hey, trust me, I want the fight. I got it. I can beat him. He's confident. He need to go in there and seal that. He's confident. He needs to own up to his declaration and not come out like Rolly Romero, who sit up here and said it was going to happen in the first round, bet your house on it and everything else. And it's the homeless people still out there because of what Rolly Romero did. Real talk. They still out there, y'all, living in the back of the Prius. Big Blunts and Boxer said, if Zurdo, who has sparring partners with Canelo at one point, beats Bivol, how does that affect Bivol versus Beterbiev? I see Bivol beating Zurdo and taking Beterbiev next if no rematch with Canelo. Well, let's go to the first half. We talk about Zurdo, who has sparring partners with Canelo at one point. If we look at sparring partners, do they really play in this particular scenario? With him having sparring partners with Canelo and seeing, hearing that Canelo say he was going to switch up, he has switched up his shit after coming off that loss from Bivol. Is sparring partners really going to matter? I mean, at the end of the day, if those sparring partners isn't on the elite level and they're just going in there for work for you to bang out, it's not going to really matter for Bivol, because Bivol can box, bro. We've seen that. Bivol had skills. I just don't. I'm just curious to know how Zurdo's skills, a former world champion at super middleweight, how his skills is gonna match up with Dimitri Bivol, being he's a southpaw. You know what I'm saying? We have to see how that play out, man. And also Bivol doesn't get credit for being a very smart boxer. A lot of people are going to say he was very afraid to engage with Canelo on the ropes. No, he's very smart. He knew what was at stake. He took his time, remained composed, and when it was time to make entry, he turned it up, let his hands go while Canelo was up against the ropes, and he scored, effective punches. You know what I'm saying? He was able to touch Canelo up whenever he turned on the green light to put his punches together. They was accurate. You have to salute him for that. And like I said, it's sparring partners. I don't know how to affect freaking Bivol. You know what I'm saying? Because it's sparring at the end of the day. It's sparring, man. Look, check this out. Check this out there, Big Blunts Boxing, right? This is why I say, getting in the gym, you get to see sparring. I had the opportunity, like I say all the time. I seen Crawford go in there and spar. And, though Brian Norman was able to land on Crawford and wobble him a little bit, Crawford went in there with Sean Porter. Crawford was out getting work. He went in there later to stop Sean Porter after having that sparring. It wasn't just them two. He sparred like, let's see, 1, 2, 3. He sparred like three guys that day on the fight weekend of Jamel Herring and Shakur Stevenson. People always want to talk about that, but the man went in there and stopped Sean Porter, bro. Sparring is sparring. It doesn't matter if you get wobbled in sparring. Man, it's levels to this game, bro, that you and I don't know about. The only thing we can do on the outside looking in is observe, assess, and speak on it. I seen it with my own eyes. I seen Crawford go in there and stop Sean Porter, man. It's levels to this shit. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Like, I seen some damn good sparring, man. And I seen some of these guys, not Terrence Crawford, but some of these guys, they spar and you don't even see them fight the same. You know what I'm saying? Because they know the level of competition is equal to the level that they're competing on. Like, their opposition is equal to the level that they're competing on. That's not sparring partners. This is not Marvelous. This is not Marvelous Jarvis. You know what I'm saying? If you know who he is. Marvelous, hey. What up, Marvelous, over there in the Spence camp? That's one of Spence sparring partners. Alexander on deck. What up, WCS? What's up with you, Alexander? Let me make sure. You say, I see Bivol beating Zurdo. Okay. Opinions. You know what I'm saying? I can't really go against Bivol like that. I just like Zurdo. I have more of a connection with Zurdo because I interviewed him twice and had the chance to chop it up. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm going with Zurdo. But when it comes to boxing, it would be great to see Canelo Bivol once more in a rematch. Because I'm curious to see if stylistically that's a bad matchup for Canelo and Bivol becomes the only man to beat Canelo Alvarez twice. That's what I want to see. Because, man, I don't give a damn what them scorecards were saying, 115, 113. I didn't see the shit that close, bro. They was trying to rob my man Bivol. Come on, man. Some of them judges was giving some of them rounds to Canelo, man. Come on, bro. 115, 113. Bivol clearly won more rounds than that. As far as him facing Beterbiev, I have to see how Zurdo performs at light heavyweight to pretty much get an idea. Because right now, Bivol is built Real talk. Stylistically, Bivol's built to step in there and give Beterbiev problems. Zurdo, on the other hand, I need to see him fight the level opposition in 175. He's had fights at 175, but I want to see how he looks against Bivol, how he boxes him. How does his power match up to Bivol's power? I really want to see, because we saw Canelo take shots from Bivol. He didn't seem like he was hurt. You know what I'm saying? He didn't seem like he had major problems except getting around those punch combinations. And when he stuck that jab out there, it was too much for Canelo. And he was strong. Bivol was strong. Let's see how strong Zurdo is. Because you're going to need to be strong to fuck with Artur Beterbiev, the unified light heavyweight champion. You're going to have to be strong to fuck with that dude. The WBC, IBF, and WBO champion. You're going to have to be strong to fuck with him, dog. And Bivol is strong enough, in my opinion, to do it. In between time, I don't know what Canelo falls into that, real talk. Because you know well as I do, he beat Triple G, Bivol Zurdo winner. Will they attempt to go for undisputed and fight Beterbiev, or will Canelo come in and get a rematch? You know, it depends on who won. You know, I'm saying a rematch with Bivol, because that's the fight everybody wants to see, because he beat him. We don't fucking know, dog. What do you think is the best move for Bivol? A rematch with Canelo, or an undisputed title fight with Beterbiev for undisputed light heavyweight champ? Absolutely a fight with Canelo. Absolutely, bro. There's no ifs, ands, no hesitation. The money, bro. No doubt about it, man. No doubt about it. The money, bro. No hesitation when I tell you that. None at freaking all. The money. You know why? Because at the end of the day, let's not play like Bivol is not 31 already. He's in his 30s. And he's 20-0, 11 knockouts. So being that he's in a division where it seems like, you know, if you look at his professional bouts, he hasn't had that much tread on the tires. But he's in his 30s, man. Take the motherfucking money. Because if you win, let's just say you fight Beterbiev and he wins. Will Canelo wanna go back up there and fight him if he defeats a monster like Beterbiev? Will he be able to leverage more negotiations with Canelo? Or this is one of those deals where Canelo's saying, you know, I'm not trying to wait for him to unify. I want the fight now. I'm going to, you know, get you paid. You know what I'm saying? I want to be in that position. Even though it seems like it'll be motherfucking suicide, bonsai for Canelo to step in there with Beterbiev, you have to look at it in a way like boxing is a business. You're in your early 30s. Get another paycheck with Canelo, bro. Get another paycheck with Canelo. Because you're not going to get paid fighting the undisputed with Beterbiev, I don't think, like the money you're going to get fighting Canelo. I don't see it. Beterbiev ain't bigger than Canelo, bro. He don't even scratch the motherfucking surface. So yes, man, good question. I would take the bag in Demetrius Bivol defense because he is in his 30s. You know what I'm saying? And he get to make a pretty nice size bag, you know, fighting somebody who's considered one of the greats of this era, bro. He's going to pick up the bag. We don't know if he's able to go in there and fight Beterbiev. What if he loses? And then you have to look at it this way, too. We can't forget that Anthony Yardy's supposed to be next in line to fight Beterbiev. That's a whole nother lie, bro. That's a whole nother lie. Anthony Yardy is supposed to be the next one in line to fight the winner of Beterbiev and Smith. Of course, Beterbiev defeated Smith, so he should be the next in line. You see how confusing that shit gets? It's almost like You know what I'm saying? It's so much going on at 175, but people don't look at it that way. It's a lot that's going on. And Canelo's included in that. Especially if somehow, some way, right, that he can go for his second division of undisputed. Dude, what? What? It's a whole lot of scrambling going on, man. If Canelo can get past Triple G and somehow beat in an equation with Bivol, I'm not counting against Zurdo. I'm saying get an equation with the winner. Gets that, and we don't know what's going to happen. Let's say Anthony Yarde goes in there and looks pretty decent. We have to wait till the results of Beterbiev Yarde. But if you ask hardcore boxing fans, they're going to say, you know what? I don't think Yarde can beat Beterbiev because he has 2 losses. He's coming off a loss not too long ago. There's some things going on over there in the camp, man. I hope they fixed it. Talking with him and his coach, I hope they fixed it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because both of them had different stories when I asked them. I don't know if they actually took a look at the video, but both of them had different stories. Coach was trying to lead towards. It's real talk. You can look at the video. All right, no fake news. Look at the video. His coach was more so leading to outside distractions. Anthony Yarde told me that he needed a different set of eyes. What does that tell you? If the fighter is saying, hey, I need a different set of eyes, that's telling you that things wasn't working out with lines in the camp. That doesn't mean they wasn't rocking together, because they was in NYC rocking together, man. I'm glad I was able to meet the guy, you know what I'm saying, and his coach. And that's what he implied. Both of them was on different sheets of music. Let's see if he can make it happen. A lot of people are not giving Yarde any opportunity to beat Beterbiev. They just believe Beterbiev is too strong, man. And then Canelo is all in the mix at 175 to unify his second division. Canelo is trying to do something that obviously Floyd didn't do. Floyd never unified for undisputed. So being he was able to accomplish that at super middleweight, for him to do it at 175 is only gonna, further solidify his legacy, y'all. That's wild. So look forward to that, man. It's a lot going on. It's a lot of change in the jar. It's gonna get, some shit gonna be shaking up at 175 coming up on the horizon. Believe that. And we'll see how Canelo plays a role. Bivol does against Zurdo, and also Yarde against Beterbiev. Yes, sir. Good question, man. Good question. Definitely get the bag. If Bivol wins, definitely go for Canelo fight. Definitely. L-Dub on deck. What's good with it? He says a lot going on 175. For example, Smith versus Beluke. I don't know how. Balder for the WBC final eliminator next week, and Buatsi versus Pascal for the IBF final eliminator in November. Pascal clean now. You know what I'm saying? I saw Jean Pascal fight him and Badu Jack. That was a crazy ass fight. But hopefully he's clean. He don't pop dirty, man. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he doesn't pop dirty. Shout out to King Mitch on deck. What's good with it, Mitch? Salute to you. Yarde would definitely be the underdog in my eyes, but I think he's the type he could upset anybody. There's a lot of people think the way you think. You know what I'm saying? It's just the question is the way Yarde has lost. You feel me? That's the question on that. the way Yardy, because for a while Yardy didn't have sparring partners, bro. It's public record. Yardy was doing shit different. They had to change it up. But when he took the loss against Sergey Kovalev, the man was dropped with a jab. You know, he was dropped with a jab, man, in the 11th. And then he after that, he had 2 wins against people that we don't even know. And then he stepped in against an undefeated fighter. You can consider it a step up, but not really. He went in there against Lyndon Arthur. And he lost a split decision, man. That was a fight he was supposed to win. And that was December 2020, post-pandemic. He goes back in there against Alex Theron, over in the UK. And then he rematched Lyndon Arthur, looked much better. Lyndon came in at 19-0 in this particular fight. So he had 2 victories coming off that Anthony Yardy win. He came in 19-0, and Yardy stopped him in 4 rounds. And let me tell you what his coach told me, right? Once again, you can look it up on the video. His coach told me that fight was BS because Yardy had a lot of stuff going on outside of the ropes. He said he had a lot of stuff going on at the outside of the ropes. He said clearly people should believe what I'm saying and not place the blame on me as a coach, because I guess people was looking at him like, you need to get rid of your coach. Because the coach was saying, look what he did to him when he rematched him. You know what I'm saying? He rematched him December 2021. And he stopped the man in 4 rounds. He said that was supposed to happen in the first fight. You know what I'm saying? So Yardy looked good in there against a 19-0 fighter, rematched him. He's going to have to look extra good against an 18-0 fighter, 18 knockouts of Artur Beterbiev, dog. Beterbiev is unlike any opponent on his resume right now. He definitely have to go in there and look his best. But Andrew believe he can upset anybody. Let's see how that shit happens, bro. Beterbiev got demolition charges in his hand. Man, Beterbiev, look, not only holds demolition charges, right? But I look at fighters when I see them on deck, right? Beterbiev didn't have no security with him. He was out there with one guy, man. And definitely Beterbiev was much tougher than the guy he was walking, probably somebody on his team. But Beterbiev was walking around NYC with no security, none of that shit. He reminds me of the Khabib Nurmagomedov of boxing to a point. It's a picture that I have of Beterbiev that I was zoomed in on him and he just happened to look into my camera. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude has that hard stone face look to basically complement his style of fighting and his strength. You know, he gives you that hard, gritty, you know what I'm saying, ironclad type stoic look with his style of fighting. You know, I would consider somebody like Beterbiev a bruiser. He ain't hesitating to mix it up in there. Joe Smith attempted to mix it up, and Beterbiev was like, hey, I'm cool with it. I want to mix it up. Let's go. And Beterbiev was hitting Joe Smith on the top of the head a little. You know, that's how hard his punches. He's getting smacked upside the head, and Joe Smith's like was on donkey legs, dog. I'm trying to see if Andrew is on to something. Will Anthony Yardy be the one that come out with a style to be able to defeat Beterbiev without getting knocked out? I don't know, because a lot of people wouldn't give Anthony Yardy the win against Joe Smith. They just felt his work ethic and, his aggressive style would be a little bit much for Anthony Yardy. But Man, hey, let's see how it happens. Let's see how it goes down, man. Let's see what he has to come back with. You know what I'm saying? After facing that loss 2 fights ago. Let's see what's popping with Yarde. Let's see what happens, man. You know, dude is a youngin' in the game, man. Seriously. Anthony Yarde, he's a youngin' in the game of boxing, man. It just seems like we haven't seen enough of Yarde. He's somewhat like in the same situation as Zurdo. And I think Bivol. They right at 30, right at they low 30s. Real talk, in their divisions, they still have a good solid 8 years, 8 to 10 years. They can go all the way to 40. You know what I'm saying? They can, if they stay healthy, fight twice a year, they can go all the way to 40. You know what I'm saying? The only reason Jerry Anderson fought 4 times in 2021, he might fight 3 times, because he's trying to build up his record. That's all. He's just trying to build up his record, stay active, and get into the rankings and get that big name. That's what he's trying to do, bro. There's definitely a lot going on. This is refreshing, though. I almost forgot about all the action going on in boxing with the Arrow and Bud shit happening. You see, I haven't been speaking on that. You know what I'm saying? I haven't been speaking on it because, look, I can speak about different areas of boxing anytime, any day. It's just, you know, with that situation and the people I'm talking to, it's no need to continue to dilute, you know, the listeners with the same storyline, opinionated dialogues and shit like that. That's all that is, because no one really knows anything. You know what I'm saying? You can talk about the fight all day long. We done heard it all, but are they going to split the ropes? Are they going to split the ropes? We don't care about numbers. Are they splitting the ropes anytime soon, bro? Where are they splitting the ropes at? All I hear is the same shit. Terrence Crawford want this. Errol want that. This, that. I'm going to tell y'all something. I'm going to drop a gem on you. Pay close attention to a possible purse bid. Okay? That's all I'm going to tell you. I'm going to put that shit out there. To a possible purse bid. All right? You heard it from me. Pay attention to a possible purse bid. I just said pay attention. I didn't say a purse bid was happening. I said just pay attention to purse bid. Pay attention to a possible purse bid between Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. All right? And if that purse bid happens, once again, I'm dropping some gems on it. If that purse bid happened, no, I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna wait till I'm not gonna put them together. That's too much. That's too much. I'm gonna leave that to another time. I'm not gonna put both of them together. I'm not gonna put both of them together because people will sit up here and think it's not possible to happen, but it's very possible that the second gem I was about to drop, I was like, hey, it's very possible that can happen. But pay attention to the purse bid, though. Mitch believes Beterbiev most likely beat Line shit out of Yarde. God damn. Mitch has some tact, dog. He say Beterbiev most likely beat the Line shit out of Yarde, man. Why you always mean, dog? Where you at? What's your location, dog? Where you at, Mitch? Where you stay at, dog? Shit. I need to know, man. You come here goddamn cussing people out, dog. But Beterbiev is a demon. I think Yarde gonna need supreme defense to win. He's gonna need a lot, man. He's gonna need conditioning, first of all, because you know Beterbiev has proven he can go into the later rounds and break his opponent down. And we're not just like looking at the Marcus Brown fight. We knew that shit was gonna happen with Marcus Brown, but I'm just saying The mentality that Beterbiev has, his mentality is to be a machine. His mentality is to be a Terminator. That's his mentality when he boxes. I want to call him a boxer, but it's more like he's a brawler, so to speak, because he's willing to engage with anybody to get close and want to start throwing punches. Like they about to get active. But Beterbiev is like, yeah, I get active right along with you. No problem. Like, just think about this. Think about this. His monster mentality. Beterbiev head was split open by Marcus Brown. The same Marcus Brown who split Badu Jack head open. I was at both of the I was at that fight with Marcus Brown and Badu Jack. I mean, it was blood every fucking where, dog. It was stupid. Tony Weeks was in there, man. His sleeves was bloody. Dude, Red Cross was over there having a heyday. Okay, more. We almost full. I mean, they was collecting blood like it was cool, man. Then the same shit happened to Beterbiev. But the only thing about this, Beterbiev didn't give a fuck about the cut. It was damn near on the center, 12-6 on his forehead. Again, I guess that's a secret that Marcus Brown is, a secret tactic of the ninth limb. Anybody who know about martial arts, a secret tactic of the ninth limb that he's able to use his head to bust up his opponent with a headbutt. But Beterbiev wore that crimson mask with honor. He was bleeding. It was transparent the way he was thinking, bro. He didn't give a fuck about nothing. He said, yeah, you bust me open with a headbutt. I don't care. It didn't slow it down. He ended up stopping Brown. You know what I'm saying? He didn't care about none of that shit, dog. He's a machine, man. Beterbiev just had a minor knee surgery. Maybe Yarde has a chance. Well, first of all, I don't think Beterbiev really moves around like that. We're not talking about someone who moves around like a Frank Sanchez or anything like that. He doesn't even move around like Joe Smith did. Him having knee surgery, I would like to know the extent of the knee surgery. Was it a scope? Did he get it scoped, or did they have to go in there with an incision, cut and do some cadaver replacements or something like that? That's what I want to know. How extensive was his knee surgery, and what's the recovery time for his knee surgery? If it was just a scope, then it's not that long of recovery time. He said Tundi overbaked. Man, I'm not gonna do that to Tundi, man. Tundi was cool. Shout out to Tundi. I'm not doing that, Mitch. I can't do it, man. No. Tundi was cool, bro. Both him and Anthony Yarde was professional as shit, even though they was kicking us out the arena. Man, Tundi was cool, man. For real. Yarde to empty the tank in the mid rounds. The result was exhaustion and being stopped with the jab. And also I think that was around the time where, questionable training that was going on. How can you be training just boxing training and not having sparring partners? And we can kind of give, if that was indeed the case, we can still praise Anthony Yarde for making it to the 11th round. You know what I'm saying? Let's not act like Sergey Kovalev was he wasn't a multi-time champion. We're talking about a guy who stepped back in there with Alida Alvarez and picked up his strap. Hey, we got to see what Anthony Yarde has to offer, man. Jay Ocho on deck was good with it. He said the fuck Beterbiev needs security for. He ain't no celebrity. One guy's enough. When it comes to boxers that's in town, NYC knows when boxers are walking the boulevard, especially when you have your name, Team Beterbiev, on the back. They know what the boxers are. Anything can happen. Anything can happen, bro. Anything. You know what I'm saying? I mean, not every fighter can go out there with no security. You know what I'm saying? Some fighters need security because they're a much more popular fighter. Some of them choose it and some of them don't. But I'm just saying, like, I saw Abraham Nova walk out I know Mitch gonna say that's a perfect example of what I was talking about. I saw Abraham Nova out by himself. Wasn't nobody with him. And look, if anybody paid attention to the card, they know he the only brother on the card with a golden beard. You know what I'm saying? He's out there walking with a golden beard, and people like, I know that guy. He fighting over there at the Hulu. Yeah, that's him. Supernova. He was out there by himself. His opponent, I seen him walk out with his wife. They went to a gathering or whatever. So Rabisi, shout out to Rabisi. Got the job done. You already kind of on Cobb's level. What? Man, y'all tripping. So disrespectful. That is so disrespectful, Andrew. He said Anthony Yarde is on Blair Cobb's level. That is disrespectful, dog. See, that's some stuff I would expect Mitch to say. Mitch coming here, he on Cobb's level, dog. He ain't gonna get knocked out this next one. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but no, fighting wise, boxing wise, hell no, I can't put him in the category of Blair. Hell no. Just because he was able to get some knockdowns last fight, dude. Did you see the rest of the fight? Man, hell no, that's not even a fight. That if I was, sipping on something, I would say, you know what, let me check out that Maurice Hooker Blair Cobb's fight. Because he got 3 knockdowns early in the fight. Let me go. No, that's not what you're talking about, man. If you want your buzz to go away, look at that fight. Cobb's a better boxer than Yarde. Blair just do too much. What? Much extra fake ass promotions. What? Cobb's a better boxer than Yarde. Are you serious? Defense don't even compare, man. Stop the madness, man. Stop the madness with the emojis, dog. He doesn't even come close, man. Hell no. Both of them have been on the canvas. That might have been what Andrew was talking about. They both been on the canvas. Hey, they both picked up L's. It's more than that, though. It's more than that. AB coming up next. Yeah, man. Shout out to AB. He definitely have to get it done. I talked to him, the other day. I talked about him the other day. There's a lot going on, man. There's a lot going on with the 140-pound division. Real talk. And then, even let's just say he go in there and get the victory against Omar Figueroa. Will he continue to campaign at 140? Because we have to see if he's able to balance the scales. If he meets the weight limit, then guess what? He goes in there and performs well against Figueroa. He looks different. Man, you know how many people are going to be calling for AB? You know how many people are going to be calling for AB, bro? Hold on for a second. We back at it. Bivol fought on the biggest stage and kept his composure and stuck to the game plan. I was impressed. Bivol's that guy, man. Plus, he's strong. He's strong. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Get the Smoke in the building. Salute to you. Salute to you, bro. Shout out to D-Ray Promotions on deck. But Turbiev forehead split open and he became more focused. You know what I'm saying? See, Mitch, if you stay like that, dialed in and focused, and don't come in here on your caveman shit, you good, dog. But goddamn, Mitch coming this motherfucker swinging a club all the time, dog. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you don't know where Mitch at, man. What the fuck you at, dog? Shit, motherfucker just came off the damn Coliseum floor fighting lions and tigers with a club and shit. Damn. Shit. His name is pronounced Yard, not Yardy. Thank you for that correction. Yard. You know, he didn't correct me when I said it. Anthony Yard. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Yardy. But hey, shout out to Smoke Dog. You know what I'm saying? Yard. Stand corrected. Have no problem with standing corrected. But Turbiev's legs was the key to his Smith fight. All I saw was them punches landing on the top every time they engaged. And, you know, they was both big boys, nice size. Seeing them in person, match up together. It's just, you know, size sometimes it becomes a lot different when fighters have that retard strength, like that different type of strength, man. It just seems like Beterbiev is a strong individual. You know what I'm saying? Like you look at them both together, they match up nicely with the size, but you can tell Beterbiev is just on another level when it comes to his strength. You know what I'm saying? His grown man strength. He's a much older fighter, man. But Beterbiev is in his grown man shit. He looks strong out there, bro. Jay Ocho think Yard is gonna freaking shock the world. Would that be a shock if he defeat Beterbiev? It would be a bit, you know, the way he looked in his loss, and he was able to avenge that loss. But Beterbiev right now, man, people believe he can't be beat. He's too strong, and the only person that they want to see him fight is Bivol. And they link Bivol up with a guy who fight at a lower division in Canelo Alvarez. So Bivol is a guy, a little twinkle. You know what I'm saying? Bivol has a little twinkle going on with people tuning in now. But a lot of people don't see Beterbiev losing the Anthony Yard, man. They don't see it. They just don't see it. If Yard is able to get that victory and pick up those titles, god damn, it changes everything. Real talk. How and what are we going to be looking at? Because if Yardy wins the unified titles, and let's say Canelo is able to insert himself to the winner of Bivol and Gilberto Ramirez, would that be the route the winner takes? Or depending on Gilberto Ramirez, we already pretty much know what he would do because he wants to avenge, you know, the Mexican honor. So I'm thinking if Gilberto beats Dimitri Bivol, he's going to fight Canelo. Or he might say, fuck, you know, I'm the Mexican pride up here at 175. I'm going to go fight Yardy because I feel that he might be an easier win for me to become undisputed first and then face Canelo for a bigger paycheck. I'm just saying, it's a lot going on at 175 when it comes to Independence Day. It'll be fireworks, man. You already get the titles. We don't know what's going to happen with the winner of Ramirez Bivol. And then you have Canelo's lurking in the shadows with a big payday for either fighter. But I'm just telling you, I think Ramirez mentality will be different. Being that he's a former world champion in 168, I think he would definitely attempt to try to unify. I don't know if he would want to pick up the bag like I say Bivol would against Canelo. I think he would try to pick up the titles and fight Canelo for the grand finale. Like, if I can successfully defend my titles against Canelo, I'm the shit. Now I have Canelo on my resume. You know what I'm saying? I have Yardy on my resume. He's the man. Because Canelo lose again at 175, he's done. He's done at that division, bro. He's done. If Canelo loses 175 again, he's done, bro. He's not touching that division again, man. Especially the way the titles are all together right now. You know what I'm saying? But Turbiev have, every title except the WBA. You know what I'm saying? Sooner or later, they're going to have to fight for the undisputed. I'm just curious, is it going to be Canelo Alvarez or is it going to be somebody else? El Train. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If Yard was from the UK, he'd be a full-fledged superstar, mate. Bloody hell. Yeah, man. You know how that goes, man. They might say the same thing about Anthony Joshua. People love him. Imagine if they love Yardy like they did Joshua. Yeah, I think Blair has more skills than Yard. Definitely better legs and more hand speed. Kind of silly to compare welterweight and lightweight, though. I take Blair's skills. No, I wouldn't ever compare Yardy to Blair Cobbs. That's just disrespectful. That's just disrespectful. Andrew might be goddamn smoking a ciggy. Compare him to look, Yardy probably said, huh? What? I'm much more smoother. And Anthony Yard is much more smooth. He one of the smoothest boxers in the game, bro. When you see Blair the Flair, man, you don't know what you're gonna get. You don't know, man. A rock star, you don't know what the fuck you're gonna get, man. Tarzan, you don't know, man. Hippie, you have no idea how to gauge where he at. If Blair was from the UK, he'd be a full-fledged superstar. Oh, you said Blair. What? I didn't even read that right. Blair? Wow. I don't know about that, man. You might be right, bro. Joe Smith felt that clubbing overhand and said, let's get it. Let's get this shit over with. Yeah, man. No, he didn't say let's get it over with, man. Hey, he was on noodle legs, dog. He cracked him with that damn on the top of his head, man. Joe Smith was in a bad place. He tried to recover, but he couldn't, man. I think it would be a shock. Yard somewhere around plus 300 or more. He takes subliminal shots talking about putting a dash E on that motherfucker. Shit. Shout out Max. What's good? ATL to the world. Salute Combat Sports. Salute to you, man. Salute to you. Appreciate you pulling up. What you think about Xander? I like Xander Zayas, man. Dude is when I see Xander Zayas, he comes off like, how you put the gentleman aspect into boxing the way it used to be. That's what I get from Xander. Very professional. He goes in there and try to please the crowd. It looks like he is one of those boxers who set the example in the gym, show up early, leave late, and then when it's time to perform, he makes sure he give the lens time, the proper lens time, man, to the fans. I like Xander, man. I'm glad he chose that he was too big for 47 instead of trying to hang around and get a title, which never would have happened. You know what I'm saying? He would have still been working to moving up to 154 where he's comfortable. He's much more stronger. And he's gonna do big things in boxing, man. They love Xander, man. They love Xander for real. Xander goes in there and give you that entertainment value that you're looking for. Whenever Xander Zayas is on the card, he gives you that entertainment value. Real talk. So, yeah, I like Xander, man. Yard lost four of his closest family members in 6 months. I'm surprised he still boxing. Wow. I didn't even know that. I'm gonna read. I'm gonna try to find out that information when I get off here. For real. Charlie will put him to sleep. Charlie will put who to sleep? I'm lost. Charlo will put who to sleep? Which Charlo? Charlo will put who to sleep? Who? Who are you talking? Conor Ben is UK Blair, the Flair. A bit younger, famous father, and Eddie Hearn promotion machine behind him. I don't know, man. Conor Ben seems a bit more reserved than Blair the Flair. You know what I'm saying? He seems a bit more, he's an introvert. He seems more like an introvert outside of the ring, stays to himself. Blair the Flair, he loves to put his hair, let his hair be all wild and shit, talk his shit, and speak it into existence. You know what I'm saying? Imagine going on an ayahuasca with Blair the Flair. I think Blair has the type of mind that once they gave him the psychedelic, I think he'd be fucking up what other spirits that he's running into. I think Blair's on a whole nother level when it comes to his mental aspect. It's out there in the universe, bro. I think the spirits or whatever he be experiencing out there, they'll be having a conversation. And the shaman, the shaman will be like, sir, you want some more? You want me to give you some more? You seem to be taking this pretty lightly. I mean, that's not common. Do you want to, up the dosage a little bit? Blair be like, no, I'm good. I'm having a conversation. Don't interrupt me again. Okay. I think he'll go back in his trance, man. And Blair's the type of dude to have a freaking conversation. He'll fit just right in the ayahuasca. I knew he lost a few of the fam. Didn't know it was 4 though. Shouts to Yard family. Yeah, man, that's wild. I did not know that. Seriously, I did not know it. I didn't know it. I'm talking level of fighter. I think Ben is Blair the Flair level. I think Blair has actual fought the better competition. Samuel Vargas, Famella fought the better competition. So you're talking about Rocha? You're talking about Rocha and freaking Maurice Hooker? I don't know, man. I don't know about that. I don't know about that, man. And then did you see Blair, doing executing the same entry, with the right hand, slipped the left, kept doing the same thing over and over again, throw the right hand, slip Maurice Hooker's left, and reset and somewhat do the same thing. It wasn't like he was just popping a jab. He was catching Maurice Hooker with some counter shots for sure. But that's because Hooker was falling around the square. Oh, his grandma and his pops passed due to COVID. Ugh. Dang. Condolences to dang Anthony Yard. You know what I'm saying? Condolences to him. Because I'm guessing he was real close. You know what I'm saying? He was real close. I'm assuming. You know what I'm saying? I'm assuming he was real close. Sir, seeing you on deck. Salute to you, brother. Yeah, but hey. Yeah, man. It's been a pleasure. Appreciate y'all pulling up. I was going to speak on the Rolly situation. I changed my mind. But I'll definitely be on. Possibly, I might do one more live later on today. But I have something to take care of. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was out for a little bit earlier. But, man, thanks for y'all pulling up, as always, giving that raw boxing content. You know what I'm saying? Interacting with the topic. You know what I'm saying? At no fake news over here at WCS, man. Y'all continue to support the channel. Hit the like button on your way out, man. Show back up for the notification, man, and support your boy. Turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports. I'm out.